I don't know if at the end of the last recording it was captured because I ran out of memory space on this card, but you fell in the water just a minute ago and I got very worried because I thought I was going to lose you, but I've put you back in the ground somewhere further away from the water, and I've cleared off some of the old footage that I'm not going to use, just in case that last spiel I did just before I nearly drowned you guys didn't record. Just in case that didn't record, I will explain again. I've relocated just a couple minutes around the corner from Pensford Viaduct, where I was, to this other part of the stream. Oh, look at a little ducky over there. I've got more moving water, which is what I'm after. I have positioned my camera and put my filter on the front. Quick response mode. I set up the exposure time, 13 seconds at f16. I've already checked the focus, so that's cool. 13 seconds, here we go. Put this cover on to obscure the viewfinder and hopefully put some shade in there, because if there is light creeping in, I don't want it to affect the overall image. That's still very dark, so I either need to change my stopper or extend the shutter speed. I'm going to extend the shutter speed. Ooh, that's interesting. When I put this cover over here, the metering of the scene in front of me here, at the moment I've put the cover on, it's showing it's going to be too dark. If I take this off here, then it shows me that this exposure is going to be pretty good. So that's something quite interesting. I've never noticed that before. I'm going to leave this off and just see what happens on a 13-second exposure. It should still come out dark as before, surely. Yeah, it's come out dark as before. So putting that on, this is very interesting. I didn't know this was a thing. So it's actually metering light coming in the back here. So this is actually quite pertinent, having something covering the viewfinder. Let's bring you over here. There we go. So you see it's balanced exposure there. If I cover this up, you see it's gone dark. So it's actually metering out the back. So it's metering through the eyepiece. Open it up. There we go, normal, then it's too dark. So there must be light hitting the sensor through the eyepiece, otherwise that wouldn't be measuring that. So it's important to cover up the eyepiece. I wasn't aware, I'd heard that was something that you need to be cautious of, but I thought that was when you were actually making the exposure and that lifted the mirror up to expose the sensor out the front and possibly through the back. You are falling over again. I'm going to put you somewhere where you're not going to fall over. Let's try. Okay, there you go. You all right? You feel safe? Good? Good. I need to feel that you're safe. So I'm going to swap this 10 NDR for 6 NDR. Clip you on the front there and let me have a look at what this is reading now. So I'll hide that again. 15 seconds is too bright, so let's get it down to 1.3 seconds. Take the shot. Let's have a quick look. That is too bright. So I'm in a bit of a dilemma because the sun's come out. It's given my image that I'm making exposure of that much more brightness. Okay, swapped it back to the 10, and just for a second there, the sun went behind a cloud again, or rather a cloud got between me and the sun. So I have tried again. I've really extended the exposure time to 30 seconds and I'm just about getting an image, so that's good. Let me just have a look at that. That is not too bad. I could bring that up a little. The thing that I'm not seeing though is from up here I've got a better view downwards and seeing more of the plane of travel of the water, but from down there it's been compressed a lot more. It's a lot more linear in that direction. So I'm going to raise the camera and make that image again from up here. So let's quickly do that. Balance it out a bit, do it a little bit by hand, but I And then going to stretch this neck up too. Now I'm going to make my exposure again. Cover that up. Ready? I didn't check the framing, but at this point I'm just trying to get the exposure right. So let's have a look. I'll see what comes out and I might have to turn it. This is what happens when you wait a long time for a single shot. There we go. It's still pretty dark, and I'm going to move it across just a little. One more time with feeling. One of the things you need to consider when you're making long exposures like this is the amount of drain on the battery. If you're going to do a shoot like this, it's best to take a secondary battery that's fully charged as well. You can be sure that you're going to keep shooting as much as you want to. Okay, that's going to go, and I'm going to find another location. I just came off the track and had a little look because I could. The river's going along here, and you can see over there. That looks interesting. That looks interesting. It's all. Look at this framing here. I like where you are right now. That there is got. It bleeds the eye in certain directions, or at least it does with mine. But then down here, you have something else. Back to the stream again. Here we go. There's more stream in motion, and it looks nice to me. I think kids have been down here building little dams because that looks really cute. It looks man-made, or child-made, I suppose. But I like that. Oh, there's another little bit there I'm going to look at. Right, up you go. Oh, sorry. You alright? I bumped your head there. This is like proper adventuring, I guess. And that does look up there as well, that way. And the light shining off that. These midges look hungry. Okay, I'm bringing my camera down here. You know what, I might even get in there. Just to explain what I'm doing right now is I am going to get in the stream. I should be okay. There are no crocodiles as far as I'm aware. I'm going to get in the stream with the camera, but before I do that I want to set everything up so that I'm in there for the least amount of time, because even though there are no crocodiles that are going to eat me, there are a lot of midges and they do like the way I taste. I have set the camera exposure settings with the 10 stop on the front there to what I need for what I want, and taking everything that I don't want to get wet off. Let's take my DMs off. Oh hey, look at that, another one for my hat, a little memento. There we go. How'd you like that? Here I go. I need to look through the viewfinder to line this up. That's pretty good, but I need to be back a little. And now I need to line it up. It's looking pretty cool. Pretty cool. Here's my remote. Don't drop the remote, Stan. This is very relaxing actually. This water just going all over my... What? That was a fly, just went right up to my eyeball. Come on, 30-second exposure, how's that doing? Right, that's done. That's good, that's pretty dark, but I can bring that up. Oh, I just hit the shutter by mistake. Right, next one, I'm going to raise the camera up. Here's making a sucking noise because it's just been immersed in water. All right, I'm making a guess at this one. The actual framing. Remote is going, we're on 30 seconds. Here we go. Isn't it amazing how long 30 seconds actually feels when you're just sitting there watching or standing around watching something and waiting? Ooh, that looks nice. That looks nice. I'm going to go a little bit over that way. Here we go. Wish me luck. Yeah, that's nice. Next shot, and the last one in the stream, I think, is going to be down there. Let's go. That looks lovely. There's too much foreground for my liking in that image, so I'm going to bring it down. Normally I don't like shooting from this height because this is the normal view position, and for something a bit different I like, you know, bring it down a bit. Ooh. Here we go. Guessing at the framing again. Oh, I forgot my cloth on the back there. In fact, we'll use this as an example. This is the image with the cloth not on the back. I'm going to bring it up a little because I could see that was off. I'm getting mostly water and not enough greenery. And this is the shot with the cover on the back. I really like streams like this, streams you can paddle in and look at all the... I was always looking for hidden treasure when I was a kid. Yeah, that's cute, that's cute. Okay, I like this. This has been fun. Even if none of the pictures come out, I've had a paddle, and doing this has given me an excuse to have a paddle. If anyone comes down and says, what are you doing? You shouldn't be doing that. You need to be conforming to the rules of adulthood. And I go, aha, but I am, because I have a camera, therefore I'm doing grown-up things. You know, people fall for that all the time. I've just relocated over here. Now I'm looking at there's a little mayfly, or is that a dragonfly? Can you see that? Isn't that cool? Let's see if I can get you to get a closer look of that. You see him there? Or her? I don't know if it's a him or her, I didn't ask. Yeah, check that out. Ha, cool. Anyway, I was looking at this angle because what I want to do is try and get a long exposure of all the grasses blowing, and I thought this looked pretty good, but then I saw those tracks down there and thought that looks cool, I like that, and then there's a direct line of the tracks there, but then I thought maybe an offset so you get a bit more contrast of it. So I've set myself up here. Now I put a 10 stop on the front and I set the ISO down because it was getting too bright, the sky was getting blown out. F16, 13 seconds, and I'm ready to go. Here we go. And that was a wrong time to take that picture because there's hardly any motion. It was blowing really quite nice just a minute ago, and I was getting a lot more movement in the grass, but now there's a little bit over there, the wind's blowing across, but it's not reached the center of this image just yet. It's picking up a little. Shall I do another one? Here we go. Let's try it again. Oh, here we go. Yeah, sun going, sun wibbling. I just came down from up there to have a quick look this way, and initially I came down here and I had a look, and look at this. This is where I was saying it was really cool to have a subject standing in here, and I can put a subject down here. This is really cool. We can get people down here. Look at this. This is great. Come back here and have a look from here. Isn't this cool? Let's see if I can stand you up. Can I stand you up in the mud here? Don't want you falling over again like you did last time. Okay, just stay there. You're going to stay there? I think you might be all right. Are you going over? I'm worried. Oh, you're going over to me. Okay, cool. Gotcha. You're right in there. So every time I do that, that's like